It's Training Tuesday and I'm glad you're with me today. I'm going to share with you 5 ideas that you want to make time to schedule for before the end of the year. As network marketers or direct sellers, a lot of us have come from a very busy season doing markets. Our house is a disaster. We have inventory all over the place and we're feeling a little bit run down from a busy season. We've also been doing last minute gifts for customers, and there's still a couple of things I want you to do in your office before the end of the year. So stay tuned. Let's be honest, being this busy was not what a lot of us thought we were going to get into when we decided to start our network marketing business. But if you remember that it's really short-term pain for long-term gain. Most of us have made our biggest commission checks of the year because of this busy season, so bear that in mind. If you're new here, I'm Jenn Martins and I am a network marketing coach. I help you go from where you are today to fast tracking your career through your company compensation plan and up through the ranks in the shortest time possible through my course, Direct Success Academy. I also bring you free, valuable content to this channel every Tuesday. So please like and subscribe to this channel so that you're notified when I put up my next video. So in today's video, I want to share with you 5 things that you really want to make time to schedule before year end. Number 1, I want you to do inventory. So this kind of inventory is going to include all the products that you have on hand from your business. You also want to remember littler things like envelopes, stamps, staples, business cards, you name it. You want to make sure that you have it in inventory. Do you need order forms? Do you need more catalogs? Do you need to put together your hostess packages? Do you have your join packages ready to go, or do you need to create those? You really want to take the time now so that you're prepared, so that when you walk into your office on January 1st or January 2nd or whenever you go back and everything is already ready for you, everything is in its place, and you just have that peace of mind that you can start 2023 fresh. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to look at the markets that you have just done. Make a point of checking, did you actually make any money from that market? Was it worth your time? You want to look at what were your products that you sold at the market. You want to write down what your biggest sales were, what were duds. You want to make a list of your expenses as well as your income. If all of this is kind of new information to you and you do markets or you've been thinking about doing markets, I'm going to put in the comments below a link to my free market guide. And I'll send that over to you and you can reflect on it that way. So I have the worksheet and everything is right in there. Okay, number 3, I want you to review your successes for 2022. So I want you to go back as far as you can remember and write down, did you have your highest paycheck ever? Did you have your highest number of recruits, if that's a priority for you? Did you have the open house that you have been committing to yourself you're going to do for the last 8 years? You never did it, but in 2022, you finally had the open house. Share what you had a success in the comments below so that we can cheer you on. But you definitely need to take time and reflect on the last year. What were your successes? You also want to be honest with yourself about where were you struggling? Did you struggle with getting new recruits? Did you struggle with hosting parties? Did you struggle with doing a launch party? Whatever it is, make a note so that you know where your strengths and weaknesses lie. So I'm not going to tell you that you have to change everything in 2023, but have a look and reflect on what you did, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Is there stuff that you could just let go? One of the things I teach as a coach is to let go of those things that weigh you down that don't need to. So you want to look back and reflect on 2022. The next thing that you want to do is you do really want to clean your office and look for receipts. Okay, so this is where a lot of businesses, maybe you start as a hobby and you've realized that this is actually becoming a business. You're making money at this and now you're gonna owe money on your taxes. And before you freak out, don't worry, I'm gonna challenge you to gather up all of your receipts. You can throw out things that you don't need anymore. But any receipts that you find in your office while you're doing that cleanup, you want to hold on to those receipts, and you want to file them in a monthly organizer. Okay, you can get these very inexpensively from a dollar store. You just label them January through December, and you slip your receipts in there so you can hand it over to your bookkeeper or your accountant. So you definitely want to take care of receipts. And like I said, about doing inventory, you want to have your office as a haven so that when you go into work, it's not stressful for you. You want to make sure that you do everything in 2022 to set you off on the right foot in 2023. So the last thing that I want you to do in 2022 before the beginning of the new year is I want you to set some intentions for 2023. Now, a lot of people, they look at, New Year's resolutions and that kind of thing. That is not what I'm talking about here. For your business, I want you to look at where were your strengths? Is there an opportunity for you to train new team members on those strengths? Is that an opportunity for you to do a coaching call, maybe for your whole organization? Maybe you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone and train a group of people because you realize that this is your forte. If you are really great at recruiting, share that with the other people on your team. Likewise, if you found that your sales just were down in the dumps, maybe you want to look at what you can be doing differently. Maybe you want to set your intentions to increase by 10%. I'm not going to say increase by 100% or 200% or 500% because let's be honest, if that is not your forte, that is going to be a real challenge for you. And while I'm all about challenging yourself to go a little bit further, I don't want you to set yourself up to fail. So make sure you set intentions for 2023 that are realistic based on your past experiences, based on what you know, what you need to do, or that you're willing to get training on so that you can set those intentions for 2023. Now, next week, I'm going to be coming to you in a little different format. I'm going to be sharing with you how I am setting my 2023 goals. Okay, so I'm going to take my intentions and I'm going to break it down into actual goals. Goals for the year, break them down quarterly, breaking those down monthly, and then into weekly and daily goals. That's how you're going to achieve them. So just to say you want to hit the top of your compensation plan next week, if you don't have a plan in place, you're not going to do it. Okay. So be sure to stay tuned next week. If you like this video, if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. The more comments that I get, the more the algorithm will recognize this and share it with other people who need to hear it. I'm so grateful that you're here this week. I wish you happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next week.